Looks like we're live. Hey, listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
I'm Jessica.
I'm going to keep my phone out for a second just to see if people pop into the chat. But other than that, because sometimes I don't trust YouTube in keeping up with everything that we're doing. But anyways, today we're going to be unboxing kind of like my late Christmas presents / sweet. It's actually going to work. I don't have to keep the chat open on my phone anyways. So that's a win-win. Hey, Shadow, how's it going? But some of this is like my late Christmas presents plus pre-orders that just showed up and a few things that I just recently randomly just got. Hey, Goji75. Hey, Jason. For starters, randomly picked this dude up at our local vintage toy shop. Which what this is the Toy Biz Spider-Man from 2002. I think that's when Spider-Man 2 came out. Currently, my cat's also in this room. I don't think it was a good idea, but he's in here anyways.
Need moral support after today.
Yeah, today's been kind of a crap day.
Even though it's our anniversary.
Yeah, but at least stuff showed up, so that's neat. But yeah, he's 18 inches, which is also pretty impressive because of how old this figure is. And even his fingers are fully articulate. Like, this guy's more posable. Most of everything behind me that is much newer. And he also comes with these little web blasters. Now, currently, I think he's missing a couple of things. Thanks, Jason. Because I think there was more options for the web blaster, but he does have the one. And it's good enough for me. For the most part, for the price I paid, he's just going to hang out over there, just kind of handing off things anyways.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see something like this old, and he's still, like, super posable.
The ratchet joints are good.
Yeah, and he's also a lot of ratchet joints. Although I will say, I got to figure out if this elbow's got more issues with it. Because it doesn't want to bend. It doesn't feel glued in, but it really, really doesn't want to bend. But recently picked up this guy. Thought he was sweet. But we're here to open up some stuff. First and foremost, probably the thing I'm most excited about, I'm just going to open it up now, is this thing. Doom Eternal, Gamma 95 vinyl, a few other things, and the 3-0 bumpy. The 3-0 stuff looks great. You'll have to let me know how good those turned out. And yeah, like the Gamma is probably one of my more favorite the Bandai vinyls that came out recently. But what this is the Idol Cthulhu Shun. Essentially, it's just like if Cthulhu was Hatsumiku.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I thought it was super sweet, so I decided to grab it. Also, this thing is super well wrapped. Also was very expensive to ship, mind you, because of her size. There was also a deluxe version that had the
what was it?
It was like her. No, it was like her coming out of like the ground.
Okay.
And it was like glowing lights underneath her and everything, and I thought that was super sweet. No, I don't want a hammer. This thing shipping costs almost as much as the actual thing.
Yeah.
All right, not quite as much. I think it was like $80 for me to ship this thing, and it was like originally $130. And the reason why I got it so cheap was I got the not deluxe version because I wanted to save on shipping. If I wanted to know I was going to be paying that much, I might as well just went all out and got the huge base to go along with this thing. I will say the box is fairly basic, but you get like a good view of the figure. Why is it I open the plastic now? Now it feels like it's really loose. Yeah, some of it can get expensive. To be honest, you can get away without using an airbrush. It requires a lot more. You definitely have to dry brush a lot more. But I definitely painted quite a bit of dinosaurs, and it's not really necessary, but it does help. Like if it's your first time painting a dinosaur, I almost recommend not even you doing an airbrush. That would be something I would kind of graduate to. A brand new Tobey Maguire Spider-Man figure? Well, actually, I didn't pay for that. I traded. I got that and
Ernest.
Yeah, you can pull them off over there. But the gremlin that we did an unboxing for a while back, I realized I wasn't going to be really using it much. So I ended up trading it for an inbox Ernest and the Spider-Man. He needs his batteries fixed. That's for certain. Hey, Fire. I'll say everybody is super busy right now. Nothing Godzilla related because there isn't really much out at the moment. And most older Godzilla stuff, I kind of have most everything that I really want outside of like expensive things. Because I'm still waiting for the Monstars to show up. Like Mecha Godzilla's out now, so he should be showing up. I still haven't seen my anime one. Yeah, Ernest is huge. Oh. Okay, so here's the display base. I was going to say one thing is when I initially got her, she's heavy. I see. Oh, there's a little boat. There's a boat in her tentacles.
Oh, that's cool.
That is dope. Yeah. The terrifying thing is she wiggles. She's currently a wiggler. And I really don't want to... why is there foam back here? Look at that. I get it's to protect it. But it's kind of terrifying. Especially since she's got these little bows on the bottom of her feet. And, okay. So, here's a look at the actual figure. Oh, there's supposed to be a microphone. Okay, it's in the box. I was going to say. But, looks pretty sweet. A lot of tentacles. Like we mentioned, she's actually like holding a little boat over there. This is actually really cool. There's a lot of detail on this thing too. Of course, complimentary upskirt shot because it's just our thing. We have to do it. Now for the base. This hooks into her foot. I did see the statues. They are super duper expensive. So this hooks into her foot.
You're not going in.
They're cool though.
You're not. Be a good boy.
Oh, which company I would like? It's kind of rough because I'm almost still just kind of happy with the Marvel Legends versions because Marvel figures are one of those things I don't really like spending a whole lot of money on compared to some of my other stuff. Because like Figure Arts already did one. Figure Arts, I would say, would probably be like the one I would like to see the most. Oh man, this thing is terrifying. Mainly because, okay, so she hooks into the stand here. This is her only point of contact. The rest is her tentacles sit on the back of this. So if there's any weight shifting, she's going to want to stay on the stand, but the hair does not want to stay on the stand. Huh. That's going to be an interesting one. Oh, she's got a little Cthulhu on her chest there.
Let me see. Oh, it's like a little...
Yeah, it's like a part of a ribbon, and she's got like squid eyes. This thing's sweet. I'm not gonna sit it on the ground because I fear the cat.
Yeah.
So she's gonna kind of knock over Kurt Russell here for a minute. Just hang on the shelf. Yeah, the hair. I think the hair is what's sold because it's very Monster Girl-esque, and I thought it was really dope. All right, so since somebody's excited for the Rhedosaurus, we'll just open it now. What we got here is the monochrome deluxe version. This will have a review. The review will probably be out tomorrow. We'll more than likely film that in the morning.
Since we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, we were going to do a bunch of things, but then we found out that Jessica owed money. And that kind of ruined plans and way to do things. So, just stick around town. I'm just going to spend some time, work on some videos. It's going to be great. Okay, there's some tape. Hey, baby boogie. Let's get tape around the edges. Sir, you don't need to destroy the box. I just set it on the ground. Cat's like, there's an empty box. I must get into it. What do you mean? Oh, tail's not attached.
Well, he is a soft vinyl along with the polystone
Hey,
part of it.
I need that box, Cat. I'll need it for later. Here's the tail. We'll just sit that right there.
He is really good looking.
It's probably my favorite of the Harryhausen films, to be honest. I really like Beast personally. This is why the cat needed not be in here, because he's going to unplug the laptop.
Well, so far he isn't.
He's getting pretty close, though. So I think this is supposed to be the display base.
Yeah, that's the polystone car or whatever.
Yeah, it's the Beast from 20,000. Is what this guy is. And got the black and white version just because it's how I remember the film fondly as a kid. Now, sadly, Aaron, Jessica did not order the reborn or the Defo reel. I've come to find out.
I told you I didn't buy it. I figured you were gonna get it.
Yeah.
He leans against it.
I'm trying to figure out because it's supposed to be. Because they're going to have it displayed like that, right? So it would have to be sort of like this. That's how he's going to sit on it. I'll have to play around with it a little more. But, yeah, this thing looks great. Are we able to attach the tail without heating it up? It's not going to hurt my feelings if I can't, but... Yeah, I'm going to have to heat that. Wham. Well, anyways, here's the tail. Like I mentioned, we'll have a review up, but detail looks really nice. I also like, too, that they did it in pretty much in grayscale, but they did a lot of varying dry brushes in the different shades of gray. Not quite 50, but I still think it's serviceable. So look at the head. God, that face.
I love his face.
Oh, no, it's so good. It's very reptilian looking, especially from the front. It kind of reminds me a lot of, like, especially the front profile of the 62 Godzilla suit. And he's got that armored underbelly. Got spikes in the back.
But like I said, you gotta keep in mind, he's technically slightly older than Godzilla.
Slightly.
So it came out before Godzilla.
So a lot of the inspiration is from this, yes. No, this is sweet. I like the claws and everything, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like rare occasion you can sometimes pop them in. Rare occasion. Because this looked like it might have been a little bit more workable, but this thing's like hard as a rock.
Yeah, I know, right? I wanted the color version.
Yeah, I'd say 62. Because 55, like, the face is so deformed that it's really, like, he's too symmetrical for me to be really harkening back to the 55 suit in particular. All right, so next, got some Marvel Legends figures. Kind of rounded out some of the ones I wanted to get. Because I wanted to get a Tom Holland Spider-Man figure. Eventually, I imagine they're going to do a 3-pack from the movie. So... I decided to go with this guy because, one, it goes with the Marvel Zombies that they did for the What If series. I thought was neat. And then, worst case scenario, if I need a Tom Holland, it's still a Tom Holland Spider-Man in the end. Hey, Elias. Sadly, I think I have like the majority of the parts now for the Watcher. I'm not going to complete them, though. Tell me, boring. We already got past all the interesting ones. The super interesting ones. Cat! Get out of the... This is my life now. Anybody need a Rhedosaurus cat? Well, I know you're not supposed to be in there. You. Cat's gonna get. The cat's gone rogue. The cat's gone rogue. He's like, why did you pick me up? Ugh. I ain't go back on the ground. There you go. Have fun. All right. So, one thing I will say, not a big fan of the head. To be fair. So, that's going to be Spider-Man-ified. Be honest, I might even go back through and do some of the lining on this guy too. Just because I don't really care. At least for the price. Yeah, so the Rhedosaurus is sweet. If you haven't got them, I'd recommend it. Looks good though. So does the cape just sit? Well, I guess that's a thing. I guess technically the cape's its own character. It kind of would have been nice maybe if it had some way to peg in. But then again, I guess, and then you'd have a peg hole covering up parts of the back. I could see that being an issue. Oh, I just realized he's kind of dirty. It's got little dirt stains. Is it just there? Huh.
Let me see.
Seems a little lazy on the paint job department.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right there. Two.
Oh, his chest. Yeah, it's very minor. Like I said, I'm like these guys. I'm kind of thinking about detailing them a little bit better.
And then on his feet.
We'll get back to it, Aaron.
And on his feet. That's all the.
Because I definitely got the Hydro-Stomper too. And I was already planning on messing around with that because I got Vulture, planning on messing around with that. Zombie Captain. Ooh, favorite zombie game? That's a tough one. I'd say probably the one I've had the most time in is probably Left 4 Dead. I really like the original Left 4 Dead.
More Rhedosaurus.
More Rhedosaurus. I was gonna say he looks cool. I think that's kind of cool. Like his elbow, the fabric on the elbow kind of bends with it. He's neat because I used to have the old Diamond Select zombie figures. I love that you can see through like the detailing on the leg. I think that's really cool. We're getting to it. I'll try to breeze through this stuff quick because I got a few things I just wanted to open. I've just been waiting to open them. He's got his little scuffed up shield. I'll probably leave the zombie alone for the most part.
More Rito. What to think?
Oh, fun.
The ghost brings you back to life. And
If we could consider Destiny a zombie game, yeah, that's probably the one I played the most of. Not even close. Also, the head's just really good on this guy, too. I'm really digging the zombie one. You having fun in there, cat? All right, real quick, we'll take a Rhedosaur break. Guys could check them out. I should just I wish I had more space. I actually didn't grab the table to just be able to leave things sitting up here. Just go hover him around while I open up the Hydro-Stomper. Because I'm kind of conflicted because I want to touch him up to make him look more like worn. But he's also not like that. Like the coloring in the cartoon isn't really like that drastic either. So I don't think it's almost more fateful if you leave him alone. But I kind of want him just more primed up. Oh, you get the little jetpacks.
You're not getting back there, kid.
Got the little thrusters. Get a couple of clench fists. Because especially with this stuff too, I'm trying to finish out rounding out like what's going to be the figures of like the best figures of the year and the most disappointing ones. Jesus, guy doesn't want to come out. So thankfully, like these guys just came in so that if I got some contenders here, they're here. Oh, he's sweet.
Servo.
So
Come here.
it's supposed to be a backpack? Did I miss something? I did miss something. I'm just slowly tossing things back into the Rhedosaurus box so Servo can't get back in. So that hook's there. Then venture a guess. I think it goes on like that.
You're not going anywhere. I don't know why you think you're going anywhere.
That's pretty sweet though.
Put too much crap in. No.
It's very Iron Giant-y, if I do say.
Get over here.
It's got single joints for the elbows.
Butthead.
Looks like the knees are pretty much all single joints too. Yeah, it could. I'd say he's a little big. I think it'd be my problem for this, like compared next to a Godzilla figure. Because this guy, like, just next to a Marvel Legends, is gigantic. But it's pretty sweet. Aaron's always so opposed. It's actually really posable. Like, especially for, like, some of the limited joints on him. This guy could definitely be up there because I was actually pretty. Yeah, he's big. Because I thought the Vulture was really sweet. Outside of just the wings were very loose on it, but it's still like a cool presentation of a figure. All right, so that's pretty much it for the new stuff. I also plan on opening these guys up because their boxes were hot garbage. So I'm going to open up here. These are old Tenchi Muyo statues from, what was it, 2002? 2001. Good time. There was a Ryoko one.
Yeah, you looked it up.
No, we looked up the dolls. I didn't look up the statues because you only ever see the Tenchi and the Aika. I didn't know the Ryoko had a statue.
Yes.
I have to check it out.
God.
I mainly wanted to get these like in a good box, but I also don't want to spend that much on them, to be fair. So this works. Well, it's the best thing too, is because it's like you go only watching on Toonami. It's right there. It has the advertising for it. I'm like, God, like this is like the anime that got me into it. Like legitly got me into anime.
Those batteries are probably fully corroded in there.
What are you talking about? It doesn't.
Oh,
it does work. Here's the base. It's got the Ryo-Oki ship. 2001, I would have been a freshman. Uh-oh, where'd the sword go? I know he had the sword. That was the one thing, because
there it goes.
I was like, man, I think it went across the room.
Yeah.
Because the sword wasn't in the hilt. And I was like, well, that's okay. Because I'm gonna pop it up, but anyways, I'll just put it back in. It won't be a big deal. Yeah, I'll definitely be swapping out batteries. That's for sure. He's like triple twisty in this thing. Well, it's like that Vern. Like that Vern's got to be older than this, and he's still working. That's kind of why I want to open them. I'm a little scared. Needs to be cleaned off a little bit, but
89.
he's still operational. I will say, not probably the best likeness for Tenchi, but beggars can't be choosers for the most part. Tenchi Muyo collectibles. There isn't that much variety. So I thought the sword lit up too, but I
No,
think I'm wrong.
it's
on
just
that.
the bases.
Yeah.
Servo, get your butt
So we'll
out of
see
there.
here. Boop. Little light turns on. Yeah, we got a few things. Like for the most part, a lot of the old stuff, I've replaced all the batteries in them at some point just to replace them because they get so old.
And also, not to mention about possible, corrosion.
Because I did also get the Aika, which I really want to like the box because I liked all the girls from this show, but it's like it's so meh. I actually been following this one guy because they have he's got animation cells from the anime, and I kind of want to get them because again, this was like the anime that got me into animes. I don't even know why I'm trying to be nice. Like I'm still trying to be sort of nice with this box. I just need to murder it. Oh, why is this so stalking? Jeez, oh criminy. I was like, sometimes they aren't. Like this one's just got like a little battery compartment. So the lights on this definitely dead. This one's seen better days. I think it's supposed to be. I actually have no idea what lights up on this.
Well, the lanterns, dear, these probably light up or something, maybe.
Yeah, I don't see a. They're not clear. Like nothing's clear.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna do kitty things. There's nothing we can do about it at this point.
Well, here's obviously the battery thing. It's just I don't know what.
If you guys want a teaser, in my opinion, although I'm not sure on our NESs, because we'll have to sit down and figure it out. My favorite's probably still the Violator from this year. The Violator figure was surprisingly
it's
impressive.
Definitely gotta be these because they're clear. They're a little bit clear. Just they're not exactly nice.
Yeah, it's hard because I already got to clean them up anyways. But yeah, this is a stand with the two Guardians, and then Ayaka with not the straightest eyes. I'm going to admit there, but still not bad. Like for again early 2000s anime statue, it ain't bad. She's got to be cleaned up a little bit, but she's gonna go hang out on the shelf with some of the older anime figures that I got hanging out too, with like the Big O and the Helsing figures, stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I gotta go find where that sword flew to. Also got to figure out batteries because that's a thing. Yeah, to be honest, there wasn't really much NECA wise that really wowed me this year. If I'm going to be honest, like the con, I would say was probably my favorite thing they put out. I would say the derpiest size I've ever seen. I've seen some Monster Arts Godzilla figures. They get pretty crazy. But yeah, no, if I had to pick one, got my Angel Love that I painted. This is probably my current favorite thing I've gotten this year. Just because of like how superposable he was. And just like how detailed he was. Like the Goliath's great. It's just I wish his head could do more. It's like certain little things I can nitpick a little bit with him. And for the price point, I was still like I'm happy with him, but I wasn't like floored with it.
I just kind
to
of
be honest,
they should have made it, actual plastic. Well, like hair, like like how they're.
Yeah, it's mainly like that. I think they could have took maybe like a Figma page and maybe put a joint in the hair, so then the hair could have shifted with the head. I think it would have been really cool. To be honest, I think a lot more of the other releases I'm probably gonna be a little bit more pleased with, I should say.
God, I can't stop yawning now. What the heck?
Oh, the Violator, yeah, like this guy. definitely my favorite McFarlane thing that came out this year. To be honest, McFarlane had a few things that were actually pretty sweet. Most of them were the Spawn stuff because like he's cool. The Kickstarter ones that are hanging out back here were also pretty sweet, even though they currently hang out in the package. Sadly, like this year, like the Godzilla stuff, I really for the most part. I played a little bit of it, but haven't. Yeah, as I say, my connections like they either like could use some more accessories in terms of what they came with, or the paint jobs have just been kind of whatever, especially for the price. Like 89 is probably my biggest offender. Like paid $90 for something that's still kind of hit and miss paint job and didn't have accessories. It hurts, especially compared to like you had like the 2021 Godzilla that also didn't have accessories, but at least the paint job was solid on it, and it was almost $30 cheaper. So that's kind of like my thought process beyond the disappointing stuff, which could be a possible spoiler for that too. Yeah, it gave me there was a little bit of a hiccup on YouTube's end. Yeah, like our best list is gonna be I think a little bit weirder than some of the other years. Yeah, like the 89 is probably it's one of those like I like the Godzilla and I like the monster arts, but for the price point, I wasn't like he just kind of came in. I was kind of like, yeah, this is cool. You can go on the shelf, whatever. It's not something that I've been like wanting to like even for comparisons. I don't really get them out of the display case compared to most of the other guys. Good possibility. I do need to update the tour. It's one of those things like I gotta get the house like pretty cleaned up, and then I can do the tour video. But then when I get the house cleaned up, it doesn't stay very clean for long. So it's like I digress. Yeah, I wish that could hurt too. Yeah, especially with your studio situation. And the Deck 84 is fine. Yeah, it's like a lot of the stuff that came out like more recently. I haven't even got them in. So for in terms of like list potential, I'll have to skip on a few of those. But even like from what I've been seeing, like for instance, like the Mecha Godzilla I could possibly already have and consider it this year. But from what I've seen, probably wouldn't have made the list. Sadly, like even like the Jurassic Park stuff, like it's been good, but there hasn't been anything that's been like wow.
Yeah.
Like maybe the Apatosaurus, but then ours had like a gloop on its head.
Yeah.
That I have to repaint now because the gloop took paint with it.
I do like the Mega Destroyer, the Torosaurus, though. I like that, like the whole.
Oh, the colossal.
What's not colossal? The trike looking thing, dear.
Oh, that dude. I was gonna say pretty much all the capture gear ones were neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like my cooler. I haven't even gotten cooler yet. He might get here before New Year's. He might get here, and that could change things. Because I do have a package that should be here like Wednesday, Thursday. I'm hoping, and I'll probably do another stream and we could unbox those guys. Because that has like him. It's got Alan and Muldoon.
JP3 Alpha Male. We still haven't.
Yeah, I haven't got. He hasn't popped in yet. Alice Destroyers in that box too. So there's a few. I already see some people have the Thylog. Somebody in the Discord actually got a hold of one.
Thylog? What's the Thylog?
Evil Goliath.
Oh, yeah.
Which is cool, but like I said, I don't really think Goliath's making the top 10 list. As much as it hurts. Like I like the figure, but again, I can kind of nitpick it, so I don't really consider it. Yeah, no, he's already starting to show up. But I think Servo wants to leave, so I think we're going to call it good here. Look forward to the review of the Rhedosaurus for tomorrow. The Beast. Also, we'll probably be working on. Well, look, I'll probably try to get one of the abridged reviews set up too. Yeah, I'll get it. It's just whenever it shows up. Pretty much any Monstars. If it's like a new Monstars, I'll get it for sure. If it's a repaint, debatable. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear him.
He's
in-
hungry.
He's like, I want food. What's in the garbage can over here? I wonder.
Care.
Because for reasons, if there's a box and if there's a container and there's something in it, the cat's going to make sure that it's not in there anymore.
Oh God, he's a freaking.
He's definitely not sure he's not getting into it anymore. But yeah, so if you do, I'd recommend getting him. I'm not sure which one, to be fair. Like, I actually really like. I'm digging this black and white version a lot. But the colored one I've seen looks pretty sweet too. So I guess that's more of a personal preference thing. But detailing wise, he looks really solid. Once I get the tail on it, I'm gonna like kind of sitting on his how he's supposed to more. I'll have a little bit better of an opinion. It's sweet about getting the Gamera. Anyways, help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a Ranger today. We also got Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, and Facebook. Guys like you all today with channel donate. We greatly appreciate it. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. End the stream.